Next fight on our card, Rakhmonov, a man with hellacious wins to his name.
All finishes.
5 fights in the UFC, 5 finishes. He's fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, a man who doesn't get finished. You know, he does not get finished. So
that's
interesting.
That is it. That is really quite a fascinating part of this. And you know what's interesting? I was chatting with a friend of the show, Adam, as we all know. I was chatting with him, and he said that some of his friends are thinking Wonderboy is gonna win this fight. And I was thinking, like, how do they think that? Because that's throwing my thinking. Because I was leaning towards Shavkat, so I started thinking about it. I'm like, Wonderboy, 1-2 high angle kick on the counter as he angles off. Shavkat, when he defends, he kind of his head goes straight up in the air and leans back. Okay, maybe this isn't as simple as we thought of, like, young marauder killer eats up the old man and gets his title shot. Like, this is a lot trickier than I think people are giving Shavkat credit for. This could be a real banana peel slip for Shavkat here.
Joe, let me just say, I love that. That communication there from Adam. That is an angle, and it's an angle that those who want to make a bit of money might want to pursue, because Wonderboy Thompson comes in here as the biggest underdog on the card.
No,
you get almost 6-1 on Wonderboy to win this fight.
Are you serious?
Yeah, between 5 and 6-1. Yeah, 5.8 right now.
Joe's £5 bet right there. To be honest, every time I've said Joe's £5 bet, they've come in. So,
well,
here we go.
Talk me through it a little bit more. I mean, we do know in the Jeff Neal fight, yes, Rakhmonov's striking defense left a little bit to be desired. There was a reliance on his chin, which stood up. It stood the test. Yeah, and Jeff Neal, he can bang, Joe. He can crack. In a way that, now obviously, if you get caught on the end of Wonderboy's kick, that's a place that no man wants to be. But Jeff Neal, he landed hard on Shavkat, and he ate him, Joe. So
he did. I think also Shavkat sort of head straight up, linear defensive, with striking. Maybe he played into Jeff Neal's hands there, because Jeff Neal is the headiest of headhunters. Like, it's all head all the time. Like my porn searches. It's just horrible. Horrible. Like, when he fought Wonderboy, Jeff Neal, I think, accidentally threw 6 low kicks, and he didn't throw to the body once.
Just when he was kind of switching stances after a punch, a leg connected.
Exactly. Yeah, he brushed shins, and
when he was planting his feet again.
Exactly.
To trade some more bombs to the head.
Exactly that. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say, that's an obvious thing there, because Wonderboy does mix up the targets there. That calf kicks, the body kicks, the push kicks to the body.
Break it down a little bit more for me then. So what do we see when these two match up? In a fight where Wonderboy will get those opportunities, how does Shavkat come in?
Oh, okay. So you're saying we kind of know what Wonderboy's going to... We know what Wonderboy's going to do. And where he's going to target.
But how does Shavkat play into that? Wonderboy has his style, that's fixed. That's not something that changes. Does Shavkat, does he bull rush him? What's he going to fight on?
Well, I think Shavkat will obviously be baited by that lead leg, and I think Wonderboy knows that. Of like going for the takedown. Yeah. I think that
ducking down on a single leg.
Yeah, get to the single leg, body clinch into takedowns from there. I think that also Shavkat is potentially in a position to, throw to the body a lot more. I think with how he kicks, Shavkat, he does the sort of classic body head when it comes to kicks. Do you know what I mean? Like where who were you talking about the other week? It was we were talking about where they went up Sarukian. You know how Sarukian, he throws the head kick first to get the hands going up, and then he throws the body so that you can't catch the kick. With Shavkat, it goes the other way, where it's the body and then he goes to the head up top.
More classic style.
The more classic style. He does the more classic body breakdowns from there. Although his kicking game has a lot of variety. If you remember that spin kick that he landed on who was that guy that he knocked out and then ground and pounded him out? Have you got his record to hand there?
Was it? Yeah, Carlston Harris was that?
That was it. That was it. Where he finished him quite brutally, to be honest. I think that the clinch into the wrestling game is what Shavkat will probably be aiming for in this fight. I don't think he'll keep it on the feet for that long. I do think, though, that also what will lead into Wonderboy's hands is the fact that Shavkat will move forward. And Wonderboy always does well against those guys. If you back up against the fence, Wonderboy has a few more problems, you know. I mean, I know that the Anthony Pettis one where he got knocked out, he was winning that fight until he very much wasn't. But, you know, I always think, the Woodley fight, the Darren Till fight, I always think about is a bit of a perfect one of, like, if you back up against this guy, that's what it's going to look like. Although guys that have had success at pushing into him have been more like, you know, Luque, when in his defeat to Wonderboy, caused him problems by pushing forward through his strikes. It was just over an accumulation of damage where, like, Wonderboy was able to drop him, I believe, in the third and then sort of cruise away from there. I do see where avenues of Wonderboy having success because Shavkat will move forward. However, I just think the overwhelming the raw power of Shavkat and his ability to mix all elements together, and then also his ground and pound, I think is maybe the best in the sport in that he does it standing up. Like, he'll have his feet planted, punching down onto you. He'll stack you up and punch down. You know, he'll sub you if he can as well. He goes for finishes from any angle. I mean, the Jeff Neal one where he got the standing...
The Jeff Neal fight.
Yeah. You know, the Magny one as well, where just would not let him fight to a neutral position. He was always into an attacking position. So I think this is a potential problem for Wonderboy here, is that Shavkat doesn't really have a neutral position. So that is why, Tom, I've gone for a Shavkat Rakhmonov win. And I've gone for KO, TKO. I'm imagining ground and pound finish here.
Yes. Joe, I picked the same.
Have you?
I'm thinking TKO with ground and pound. Yeah. It's the natural conclusion. You have to look at what you're dealing with on paper. There is an interesting argument when you think about how Chris Wonderboy is. You think about what a wild marauder Shavkat has been, and you know there will be openings. That's fun to think about. But then you deal with the fact that Shavkat is 29, Wonderboy is 40. And the tools they have. It doesn't look good. It would be an amazing win for Wonderboy and enough for him to fight for the belt.
Oh, of course,
and
yes.
then retire. Yeah.
If Shavkat wins, does he get the title shot?
Probably not. I think Beneil stays ahead of him.
Bilal.
R.I.P. Beneil.
R.I.P. Beneil.
Bilal will carry your flame. Your Middle Eastern flame will live on with Bilal Muhammad instead.
Hell yes.
Much like the other Assyrians who. It's another tangent.
Can we just reflect on this? By the way, Shavkat was supposed to fight Gastelum. I think a couple months ago. Thank God that didn't happen for Kelvin Gastelum's sake. My God, do you see his fight against Sean Brady?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it was dreadful, wasn't
he? Yeah. He looked tired. You know, it just kept trying to throw his kind of patented boxing, and he never overextending, never really reaching, the target. It was a bad look. Brady looked good.
Brady looked really good. Brady looked really good, actually. Yeah.